Here's an interesting statistic. Both Idaho and Oklahoma incarcerate women at a higher rate than other states around the country. That's according to the federal government.
In 2020, Idaho imprisoned more than 100 women per 100,000. That's more than double the national average. CBS 2's Ariana Pyper takes you on a tour of South Idaho Correctional Institution to see how they're helping female residents transition back into society.
So SICI houses 300 men and 400 women residents. Recently, I toured the pre-release center and interviewed 4 women. I talked to them about prison conditions, reentry programs, and what gives them hope to continue on. This is Erica Contreras' 4th time being incarcerated. She's been in and out of prison since 2004 and in SIC for almost 2 years.
I didn't have really good support getting out and then coming back in. Each of those times it's like I just got scared. I started using drugs almost immediately to cope with the anxiety of having to meet all of those expectations.
She says many women struggle once they get out of prison and don't have the resources or support they need when entering back into society.
A lot of us don't have the confidence that most people would normally have in renting a home or an apartment or getting jobs.
At the pre-release center, Warden Noel Barlow-Hust says most inmates can get a job inside or outside the facility, as well as access to mentorship and recovery programs.
We also have partnered with Peer Wellness, and they're providing recovery coach training so that we can utilize those resources within our facility.
But residents and staff say more can be done. Could you speak to the technology, what access to technology you guys have here?
I think it's minimal right now. I think that they're trying to work towards that so that we can have better educational classes.
What are some things you think that this facility could improve on?
I would really like to get into a place where we could really identify people's individualized needs.
That's where Travis Ritchie comes in, a former inmate turned motivational speaker and CEO. Travis has worked with the women in SICI closely.
I want to make sure that when I go behind prison walls and our team really engages in curriculum, that we're changing the focus of where these folks are going. You're no longer a felon and you're no longer stigmatized. You're no longer a victim.
He wants to help remove prior stresses before the inmate gets out of prison.
From the day that you hit the gate, you need to obtain employment because you're only going to get paid twice in that 30 days. Rent's going to be due. You have to figure out, how do I get a driver's license? Because you're going to need a driver's license to get employment. You're going to need to get your social security card because you need that to get employment. And so you have all of these hurdles that you're jumping, and you have 30 days to hit go.
He says although IDOC lets people get their identification cards before they leave, more needs to be done.
Why is there not an individual that's walking these people through, look, we're going to get you in school, we're going to get you in the job, we're going to get your identification documents, and we're going to get you into your housing, all before you leave the gate.
Despite what can be improved, he's impressed with the audio-video program at SICI and the institutional television show coming this summer.
So it'll give a much more broader understanding of what the audio-video program should be and could be to these folks, and to be able to leave. I've built a YouTube channel, I've developed a podcast, I know what Spotify is.
Travis even has residents at SICI helping him with his events.
Our audiovisual department is doing his promotions and advertisements.
Dawn Orr says working with Travis gives her hope for her future.
I've lost pretty much everyone in my former life, and Travis reminded me that there's people out there that do care.
By working with Travis and Warden Barlow-Hust, they are trying to change the culture at SICI.
I'm a resident. I'm not an inmate. We're just trying to change that label and the culture around here.
I think we're being allowed to bridge the gap from being incarcerated to going out into the community and having those resources.
A bridge to a more successful future. Ariana Pyper, CBS 2 News. Travis and his partner are hosting the Convicted Conference at 10 Mile Christian Church. This event is on June 4th, and it's focused on providing healing and hope to Idaho's justice-affected families. So for more information on that event, make sure to head to idahonews.com. Live in the studio, Ariana Pyper, CBS 2 News.